There was an under-the-radar change to true damage that's made a few champions extremely powerful for S1.3. True damage is now increased by damage amp effects, so this will be one of the main focus points of the updated tier list as we break down which champs benefit from this the most and provide you guys with an update to the tier list for every single role. And champ moving up the tier list for mid-patch due to the true damage changes is Fiora. The majority of Fiora players are running the incorrect setup right now as the true damage change has made press the attack her most optimal keystone rune. With the change to true damage, amping effects like the passive from PTA now applies to true damage. This is amazing for Fiora because she's able to apply true damage from her passive very consistently, and her extended fight power has just gotten way stronger this patch. So we're going to be moving Fiora up from A into S tier because as long as you're running the correct rune setup, she's a very powerful pick for S1.3. Another top lane champ who has true damage in their kit who can look to run press the attack for this patch is Camille. We're not as confident in saying that this setup is the most optimal for Camille, but so far it's looking like it has a lot of potential. Fiora has more consistent true damage output than Camille, so Fiora has the ability to take advantage of the PTA damage amp a little better. With that said, Camille's Q providing true damage still allows her to take advantage of these true damage changes when running PTA, and even though the sample size is very low, press the attack does have the highest win rate for any keystone on Camille in S1.3. The reason we're not as confident in calling PTA Camille's best keystone though is because it's only 2% of Camille players that are taking the rune right now, so that's just not enough data to be certain. Regardless, you should definitely look to try out press the attack on Camille for this patch, as we do think it has the potential to be one of the more sleeper OP setups moving forward. So if we have a look at the top lane tier list, we won't be making any drastic changes for mid-patch. OP tier will remain the same as where we had it for pre-patch with Warwick, Urgot, and Cho'Gath. Lifesteal buffs to Nasus have actually landed a bit more impactful than what we were expecting, so he's getting an added push into A tier. Jack's buffs, on the other hand, landed as we expected, as they just weren't quite enough to propel him back into a powerful spot for solo queue. If you guys watched our pre-patch tier list, we did a deep dive on the Jace changes and outlined how they would not actually make his more offensive builds any better, and that's exactly what's played out. Despite the changes, Jace win rate with an Eclipse Rush went down for this patch, albeit it did go down a lot less than tank builds did, but that's what we were anticipating. Tank Jace builds are completely trash now, so definitely don't be playing those for solo queue anymore. There are just so many better and easier top lane champs to choose from right now, so we'd highly recommend staying away from Jace for S1.3. For the